There are no adequate words to describe the horror of the events in Southport on July 29, 2024. Only the feelings of shock and pain. Bebe King, Elsie Stancombe and Alice de Silva Aguiar all died in a knife attack at a Taylor Swift-themed dance class. 8 other children and 2 adults were stabbed, but survived. Yesterday, after months of silence, 18-year-old Axel Rudakubana admitted all charges against him.
Welcome to our channel. YouTube actively moderating our content. If you want to stay up to date, please like and share. Thanks for watching.
That this was a young man with a sickening and sustained interest in death and violence. He has shown no signs of remorse.
It can now be reported that Rudakubana was excluded from school in 2019 over claims he was carrying a knife. He later returned to the school and assaulted someone with a hockey stick. And his fixation with violence led him to be referred multiple times to Prevent, the British government's anti-extremism programme, from the age of 13. This morning, the Prime Minister launched a public inquiry into the Southport attack. He admitted the state had failed, but rejected accusations of a cover-up.
The law carefully restricts what can be said by anyone, not just me as Prime Minister, but anybody in these circumstances, and it is done to protect the family and their victims. If this trial had collapsed because I or anyone else had revealed crucial details while the police were investigating, then the vile individual who committed these crimes would have walked away a free man.
The Conservatives have welcomed the announcement of the inquiry and have called for questions to be answered about what the government knew and when.
This public inquiry should also cover the government's response after these terrible murders. Were they as open and transparent as they could have been? Jonathan Hall, the independent reviewer of terrorism legislation, says there is a lot you can say without prejudicing subsequent trials, and we need to understand if the government's potential failure to be completely open and transparent contributed in any way to those appalling and unacceptable riots that followed.
We have had enough! This is an uprising!
Online speculation and misinformation about the attack helped fuel last summer's riots. One legal expert says the government could have said more at the time.
I think there was a very, very poor 8 hours after the immediate attack where social media went completely mad. And it was really up to the authorities, I think, to give a calm, sober, honest and authoritative account of what they could say. Frankly, this man was only ever going to be convicted of murder or manslaughter. And it really is hard to see why more information couldn't have been given to the public.
Sir Keir Starmer has promised justice and change for the families and people of Southport. Axel Rudakubana will be sentenced on Thursday.